a deep breath. I'm going to teach you guys how to hold. You may think, well, hold what? I'm going to teach you. If anybody, like, let me just display it as like I go. Like, I feel like this is like the best way I can possibly do it. Probably isn't the best way to do it, but if the mic sounds too close, get used to it, my nigga. Because like, sorry, it's like, bro, like, I be hearing myself and I be sounding too far. Like, I'll sound too far enough that like the voice, like my voice, like cracks, like as in like it like is patchy. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to hold. Like, let me just try to demonstrate some things, and then like I'll put it into like a fucking better perspective. As you can see, I'm playing AI, so I'm gonna put it in better, better perspectives. Uh, well, after this, hold. When you want to hold something, you don't want to put yourself in a vulnerable spot. First of all, so when you hold something small like this. Someone says hold that angle. Whatever angle you're holding, hold it. Well, wait, what? Yeah, they're outside to my left, bottom kitchen. When someone says hold an angle, this is what you're holding. The angle you're previously holding is what they're trying to initiate with. It's like hold this angle, like keep holding it, and then you will put your life on this angle because it's a guaranteed kill. Versus when someone says hold my angle, meaning you have to move yourself and then put yourself in a spot where you get that angle. You know what I'm saying? So like pretty much it's a pretty much an iffy jiffy spot. You know, he dropped. Sometimes sound cue does play a lot in the role of like holding an angle. See? Hold my angle. See? This is the angle what I'm talking about. I knew it. That's the cost of holding an angle and giving it up. Because once you give up an angle, you're possibly giving up a kill, on your end. So it's like you can't always rely on like, crouching or like sitting for decades to hold this angle. And the moment you move, you die. Siege timing, Don't fall in the trap of siege timing. So when someone says hold something, it's not physically you holding it like you're holding the map. You're just holding an area of a map, like it's a position. And that also bleeds into crossfire. When someone says hold their cross, you're literally watching their blind side. Literally. Think think of cars like the intersection. You have left, right, up, down. If cars are going downwards, took a turn, and then it's time for the cars on the left and right to go, that is a crossfire. You're basically waiting for certain things to like occur just so they can bleed into that intersection. Because when it comes to trying to genuinely get a kill off of a good swing, you swinging isn't a hold. So it's like, and like I feel like that's not confusing, but it could get confusing sometimes, like with like bot player, because like sometimes I tell like my bot teammates, hey, hold this, and like them holding it's swing is them swinging something that they're gonna hold for sure, for sure. Like, no, why do you swing that while holding it? Like I'll say like hold this, and they will swing it like while holding the same angle. Like, no, it's not how you hold something. Like holding is not like holding its hand. Holding is like waiting, like hold, stop, like a stop sign. So when those cars like intercept and like the ones they turn, blah blah blah, you have to like know when you have to know where the crossfire is at. It's like if I'm seeing in a spot that's vulnerable, you're going to have to know my crossfire, like what is connected to my angle, like if I'm planting, what is connected from me from not, what is connected to me that it won't let me able to plan. That is my cross, my cross. Watch my cross, like don't let no one walk through. But in some cases, cross have angles, so it's like you can look inside the cross and still get a pick. And then it's like, damn, bro, like he actually has that angle on that. It's like it's a pick, So it's like fuck, but defaultly angles are not like not always being like are not what angles are not holding something is not always about holding an angle and playing off and that playing holding the angle's hand. No, holding is like hold my cross. So if someone pushes here and my teammate is here, no, if someone pushes here and my teammate is like back here, I'm gonna hold this cross because automatically the teammate is not looking in my direction, looking that way. Because crosses are if I'm on your left, I have to watch your right. I can never watch your left as a left player because like it makes no sense. Like you're gonna see what I see, nothing. So as a cross, as a whole, no, fuck. See, I'm getting confused now. But it's kind of the same thing, but it has like a different stretch to it. Like but if I want to hold someone's cross, hold my cross. I am holding your cross. What's across of left? Right. What's across of right? Left. It's actually that simple. Because the opposite of left is opposite of right. And blah blah blah. So it's like, bro, hold my cross. This is the cross. So if they cross, I get to get the kill, but they're seeing my teammate first. And hold the plan, like hold like post plan. Post plan is just it looks free but it's not free. Basically. But like, let's just take the hold. Right now I'm holding an angle right now on this camera. I'm holding this angle. No. If someone says stop, like stopping is like completely stopping in your tracks on ADS, just waiting for the next call. But like when you assign someone something like a simple hold, or like hold my staircase, hold my cross, like everything has like abbreviation to it, and then it's always connected to something. Same thing. Hold this hallway, like the same angle I had last time. But now when someone says hold my staircase, you're literally just when someone says hold my and then they give you like a name, you have to hold that room after them. So it's like it is kind of picking up after them, and like the player who's trying to assign you to like do what they want you to do, you have to pick up after them. It's not just simply, oh, hold this, okay, bet. 1, 2, 3, let go. No, you have to sit there and hold it like someone's actually playing this. And then you may think, well, I turn away, siege timing. Yes, that's why you engage. Like when you hold this, hold doesn't always mean stop. Hold means also preventing something. Like like hold my staircase. Like make sure no one comes up here. It's not always about just holding an angle. No, if someone says hold my fucking right, like hold my bottom lobby, they want you to play the lobby, and then you play like a normal setup, well, in a way, but like you hold the bottom lobby. I knew it. Go, 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 go! Ah! It's not you? because you can say, you know, someone's here. You're not telling them what to do, but you're giving them a genuine call out. And then based off what you do, you have to be aware, because if you like, yeah, depending on what you do, if that call out includes what you're doing, you have to make it your priority. So it's like you can't tell nobody nothing. Like, for example, if we're downstairs in Blue Bar and someone calls out Sunrise, you may think, well, Blue Bar and Sunrise are on two opposite floors. True, but now when you go downstairs, you can immediately see Blue Bar. That is you have to include that now, because it interrupts your intersection, you know, your hold. I feel like that was the best way to talk about it, like to involve cars and shit like that. But like, yeah, it it's not I won't say it's not difficult, but it's complex when you actually hear it like for the first time. It's like, huh? Like, what do you mean by that? You know, so like, all the time when people try to like be so mysterious with their angles, the fuck? When people try to be mysterious, what? When people try to be mysterious with their angles, don't don't take it upon yourself to like peak that angle, because one, it's mysterious, and two, you're not exactly sure like how they're postured. Because like sometimes when it comes to like tight little angles, people would like mainly be in standing position. Like people won't really crouch unless it's a short, sorry, it's a short, like it's a short length. So in most cases, I feel like there's only one ranked game out of this whole entire new season someone has actually played this, and I'm tired by it. Like, Warden had this perp open. Warden was here, and then the Azami was sitting here. I had a shotgun, and I was just doing this back and forth, trying to kill her, and I never did. Like, not even touched her. But I'm here because certain angles need you to be standing. Like, for example, here, if someone is, you hear someone on this, you know, south side, you would want to be in a standing position, ready to swing. Boom. I don't really see people crouch and then do that, because I feel like it doesn't take a long time. Probably it does, but you want to be quick. You know, like you don't want to like you're scanned. By the time you hit this corner, you're already being pre-fired. You know what I'm saying? So standing being better, and then you just boom, you get back inside. And then this being a crouch, for obvious reasons, you can see, you know, like torso, probably like, you know, the head right here. You know what I'm saying? And then for the enemy, it looks different. You don't look so high up to them. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of looking down, like at a like diagonal angle towards them. So they're looking at you like this. You're looking at them at this. You know, like it takes a difference to look at that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to say vertebrae, but that's a totally wrong word to use. Like, you know. And you may think, how does this have anything to do with holding? It kind of does. You you kind of have to get the angle in order to hold. You're not holding this. As you pre-fire that, he comes out, I can see you, I can see that, but you're holding this. You're holding this. You're holding this. This is not holding. You're just being impatient, literally. You ADS, you die by the time he actually swings out. If someone calls out someone's here as a defender, and then you're playing, security pillar, you play this, and then all of a sudden you get shot from back here. You're not holding it. You're not holding what the first call was. Even though you're getting shot from back here, someone could be a teammate, could be right here, holding this, and this is your cross. You as a player playing security pillar, this is your cross. That is what's going to get you killed, because I can see you. When I'm leaning, I'm crossing. That's your cross. For the team that's playing here, this isn't his cross. It's a normal kill. This is his cross. Breaking this in a certain way is his cross. 90 hallway. Armory, in armory, this is someone's push. Or someone flanks. Defender, attacker. Someone flanks. Hold this staircase. Hold that. Hold it. Waiting. You move away. That's it. Game over. So when you look at it, why did I say it twice? Whatever. When you look at this, you may think, why do I have to look up at somebody even though they have to look down on me? It's trajectory. It's a mirror. It's like I would say like a magnet, but no, it's kind of like a mirror. Like you can't put something in front of something and expect it to mimic. It's gonna only mimic what it reflects, which is what is shown, and then it can only copy what is shown if you do what it did, if you do it in front of the mirror. And I don't want to make it sound so confusing, but what I mean by that is you are going to have to reflect what the enemies are doing to you. If someone's fast swinging you too much and you can't keep up with him, you beat him at his own game. You pre-fire. If you can't pre-fire, you get him to change positions knowing you have the upper hand. Crouch, hearing him crouch, and then trying to get that first shot off. And I'm gonna lie, even getting that first shot off doesn't always help you, but in a sense, it could give you a upper hand, having them low enough. Same thing here. I have to look down at this person. I'm not looking straight or in the middle. I have to look down. For the person here, they have to look up towards me. Big difference, Hold it. Hold it doesn't mean going. Holding it doesn't mean going DB and a receiver and just sitting on it. No, you want to come up here, I'm gonna block you. No, you get shot at. You get killed. You don't actually hold. You don't actually sit on it and hold. You know what I'm saying? You hold it from a distance. You're holding it. Again, we're not playing fucking Madden. You don't have to go so close to it. You're not holding this. What is this? I mean, this is a tight little hold, but you know what I'm saying? Literally, you can see this is one-dimensional. Literally one-dimensional. If someone's back here playing this as an attacker, you only have what? You probably have 2 attempts. Spawn peek here, run out right here. 2 attempts, maybe 3. This spawn peek here as well, 3 attempts, you know. But if that's cleared, this is literally one dimensional. You can, there's no other way to see this angle without you not being here. Or here. That's it. So that's what makes certain angles OP, one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, and so forth. Now let's just display an angle that's two-dimensional, and keep it in mind. This is still on the holding. You know, like how do you actually hold? There's always a tie to there's always a tie to a call out. Based on the walls makes it one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and let me explain. Not all the time. I feel like I want to say all the time. The walls do matter when when you want to make it like a dimensional. Where are you? Come here, Callie. Come here, Callie. This angle right here. I've never got this east wall. I've never came over here and like aced it, breached it, Zofia, whatever. I never like came over to actually play it. I'll probably come through here, but I'll take, you know, Raptors. I won't take this here. Take Raptors, go around to work. I mean, break room, and just like take that. I don't go through here, whatever. Anyways, this right here. I like to make this as defenders, as a defense. I'll reinforce this. I'll make head holes going through here. From a defender's point of view, this is a two-dimensional. Why? Because you can use it to look through from one side to another. That's one. You can sit here and look. What? Yeah. Here. What makes it two-dimensional, like what makes an angle two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional, one-dimensional, it's how much you can see and what it leads to. If this angle alone only leads to like in front of me, this is one-dimensional. But the moment I get behind this, it's two-dimensional because it goes through 2 different sets of walls and like it's seeing more, you know? It's seeing more what it's made of. Cause I can sit here and only see armory. I can sit here, I can see what? I can see fountain, I can see office entrance, and I can see back east. This is why this is two-dimensional, because one, then again, imply the mirror, you know, the mirror can only reflect what is being shown, but it can only copy what you do. So it's like you're not gonna able to get much from the angle looking into armory, but the moment you turn around, you would get much from looking from this angle as well. And once again, I can see fountain, I can see office entrance, and also I can see back east. So this is what makes it two-dimensional. It can work both ways, good or bad, you know. So oftentimes when you want to make head holes, and I'm going to imply that too, when you make head holes, don't make so much head holes because it makes it worse. Because now let's just say, you know, like I said, I do this on my ranked games. Like I reinforce behind me, and I make this so I can sit here, I can watch this, and if I have to if I have to switch, I can switch and play this, and I can see more what I've seen the first time, just armory. But don't make so much head health because now as attackers, they can, you know, come through, break. Whoever is flanking, you know, fucking God forbid, our Caviar dog shit. Caviar is on a fucking window. She can see inside three rooms at once and kills you. I'm like, you may think, who the fuck break those head holes? Exactly, and it was me, you know. But point is, like, don't make so much head holes, cause, like I said, one-dimensional, two-dimensional. I can see more, you know? There's just nothing that's stopping me from getting this kill because I can see you coming from here and from here. You cannot go nowhere else. If it's a rotating fountain, cool. I can still see you from fountain because when you creep up, I can, you know? So don't get lost in reinforcing head hold, feet hold, rotation. I'm done. Make it so as an attacker, no, as a defender actually, excuse me, you can have a better sight of what you're looking at and what you're looking for. Excuse me again. And again, apply that to, you know, angles, holding something, because when you hold something, it doesn't mean stop. It just means stop what you're like. See, it doesn't mean stop. It just means stop what you're doing and put your priorities on this spot for a couple minutes, bro. Because again, now the car method I use, we have intersections up, down, left, and right. The cars that's going down, they go first. The cars who need to turn left can make their turn. The cars who are going up take a stop, because why would you turn while I'm going straight? It's a crash, you know? So everyone's taking their turn on making intersections, and then, you know, angles, holding, and, you know, and just being patient. Yeah. This is not a strat, just improvise. This is a common hold. As a defender, you're automatically gonna spawn into sight. This is not Call of Duty where everyone spawns separate places, you have to run together and you come as a team. No. It's just Siege. This is a common hold. My nigga. If you're already spawning in as a defender and someone goes break room and then all of a sudden they get killed and they're so irritated on why they just died, this is the definition of a spawn kill. You're in spawn. Like, there's no way you should be getting a kill like this, which you should. It's cool, it's funny, but it's like, like, nigga, if I die by this shit, I'm probably getting pissed, because why the fuck are you holding the door like this, bro? Like, why are you holding the door? Why? You know? But this is a common hold. It's just a common angle. Why do you have this? Simple. Just to watch people from coming from break room. You may think, why is it on this side? If it's on this side, guess what? You can be. This is a crossfire. You're in the crossfire. Boop. Not really. If it's soft, most times it's soft. Bam. Bop. Beep. Boop. Bam. You are literally in the fucking way. You're gonna get run over. You're not invincible, you know? You would get run the fuck over. You're literally in middle of crossfire. If you're running just to support, if you're running to like get, you know, to like cancel a case, you're gonna get shot from this direction. This direction, for sure, for sure. Why do you think when people try to get off, why do you think defenders try to, why do you think defenders do this? You know, let's just say plant goes off over there, you know. They're checking. They're checking. They're checking. Before they even run to try to get case, they're checking angles. Why? That is a crossfire. My nigga, look at this. Look at this. Why did I challenge? Why did I chow him, bro? Whatever, bitch ass nigga, I hate you. But anyways, like, look at this. If this is a 1vx scenario, and then you're still in armory, plant is all the way in what? Fucking like our drives. You better watch your fucking crossfire, because the moment you swing out to go find bomb, you're getting shot from fountain. if someone has an angle on fountain, if someone says, watch my cross, as the enemy team, this is what they mean. Someone is sitting here watching. That's their cross. Because once you cross, you could kill whoever is in fountain. A player should not complete a cross. You need to hold that cross. Hold my cross. Hold the cross. Hold the cross. Hold my cross. Hold the cross. Hold it. Because again, this is a cross. Once you pass this, this is a cross. This is a cross. Remember now, cars going up and down. This is the car going up and down. You're going down. This is going up. You would get run the fuck over. You would literally crash into this person. Intersections, you know, cross. If you don't look left and right across the street, you would get hit by the fucking car because you're not watching your cross. Your cross is going to be break room. This is your cross. Before you even hit this intersection, you're dead. He can see you. You know? And, bro, why the fuck are you up here? Weird. That's why you see like good elo players before they just full sprint, they check crosses, you know? They check crosses. They check, and then they go. You know? It's easy to hear it's easy to hear a plant go off, but it's so hard to look at his teammates. You know, like if you're planting, where the fuck is your teammates at? Like where are they? Holding your cross. Holding their teammates' cross, holding their flanks, you know? And holding a flank and a cross is the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. Holding my cross is holding my flank. It's the same exact thing. Same thing. And you would be surprised how good time can work in your favor if you just take your time. If plant is going down in archives, you know, archives, whatever, and you decide to push up on it, at most a C4 can reach. No, at most, you know, a smoke canister can probably save the day. You know, like that's like a chance. A C4 can't reach that far, but a chance that a canister can probably save the day. But let's just say, you know, you're a good siege player, and then, you know, it's plant down. It's a 1vx scenario, and then you have the game is in your hands. You don't know where this guy's friends are at, but you know where the planter is at. You can't wallbang him. You just know where he's at. You're gonna automatically bad aim. You're gonna swing this. You're gonna automatically take this. You're gonna if this wall is open, you know, avoid the angle. Kill a guy on the wall. You know, take that, and whoever is holding this angle just to watch you coming up from the split second. The split second you come like onto this right here, split second, he can see you. See that little intersection on the wall right here? Once you see that intersection, you're fried. Like, you know, it's GG's. It's GG's. Once you get on this, bro, he can see you. Watch the cross. Boom. That's your cross. Here too. That's the cross. Boom. Dead. You know? Or in some scenarios, it's here. If you're moving forward on this, automatically you have a whole bunch of crosses. You have this. You have this. Someone can sit right here and just wait for you to cross. Because bomb is right here. They don't need to have this whole thing open. Just a little. Just a little. You walk through. They track you. You're dead. You know? So just be mindful how much head holds you make and shit like that. Because again, you have to be careful for your crosses and your holds. Your hold. Because like I said, I would be pissed pissed if I die to this shit. Someone spawns in and automatically I just die from spawn, like not even moving. Like ain't no fucking way in hell you do this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you may think, why not on the opposite side? But you have heads on this side. I explained it. You die by these angles by default because that is a cross. You are in the fucking way, you know? But they're annoying as fuck, bro. Like, literally, it says, what is it? It literally says first floor. Why the fuck do you have a brain to go upstairs? But, yeah. You are going to die if you want to have headholds here. These angles are not just built for pros. These angles are not just built for good players. It's to help you improve. It's to make the job easy, not hard. Because you may think, well, they can just see in sight. True, but as a defender, this is something you're confident in. As an attacker, they're not going to want to take this confidently because they're going to think someone's playing this and there aren't. As a defender, you know what it's made for. Attackers doesn't. They only know what it's gonna make. Attackers only know what it's good for. You know, as a defender, you know what it's made for. You know, so it's like something like this. I'm gonna use a crazy analogy. You may say, well, women are used for, you know, fucking, you know, sex and shit. You know, but what they're made for, you know, is to produce. You know, it takes a huge turn. Like, what do you mean? Like, you know, a huge turn. So it's like, if you look at this as attackers, like, what is this? This is made for what? To like, you know, an angle. But as a defender, you know what it's like. You're not focused on what it's good for. You're focused on what it's made for. Big difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is why it's not that serious to a defender when it's serious to an attacker. And I say that because I'm not gonna lie, in some cases bots be so mad when you make a good ass setup and they die to it. Like, bro, who did this? Just so bad. And you have to sit there and explain to them it's not bad, it's the fact that you're not playing it right, or you're moving carelessly. Like, do you even know what you're talking about, bro? You know, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh yeah, this guy's probably on demon time. He's probably pro. You know, like well, that's a big tongue hold. When randoms watch good players play, they can understand why you do what you do. They understand why good players do what they do. A bot might look at this and be like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Monster Mirror. But I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good, but it's scary. That's scary. That's scary. Like, attackers don't have it good. You get spawn peeked, you get run out on, you get baited. What else? You get C4'd, you know, like, you get all these things happen to an attackers, but defenders don't have like nothing like bad for them. But they have this. And you may think, well, it's a lineup, you know, like a haircut, shape you up, a taper fade. No, that's a lineup. And why is it called a lineup? Because it lines up to what you want to stop. When someone says line up your C4, they don't mean line up your C4 being ready to, like, don't, you know, scratch that. When someone says line up your C4, it doesn't mean line it up in a way that you think they're going to be at. No. Lining up is knowing what that person means when they say line up. Like, it's this simple. It's like falling in line, you know, like line leader, then, you know, the caboose, you know, like you line up. Single file line, yes, but even though I can't see in front of me, I trust my leader to trust me where I'm going. This is the same thing with Siege. A lineup, all it means is you have to visualize where the attacker is gonna be at, and that's your lineup. Make more sense. Let me kill first. Hold on. Like all of them. Let me kill. Cause they're gonna be running around and shit. Example, this is a lineup. You know where he's at. This is a lineup. This isn't. The lineup has to get a kill. Shit. Bolo said, you know, go workshop and line up C4. You know? Okay. Go workshop, C4, lines up. You wait for that barricade to break or the hop in. The moment you hear any interaction, you blow it up. Because why? It is a lineup. That is the purpose of a lineup. The lineup has to get a kill. If the lineup doesn't get a kill, well, hey, you tried your best, but now we know. And it's never your fault when the lineup gets denied. Never your fault, because lineups are crucial, you know, like that's like trying to shoot a shot, then it gets blocked. You have to respect that, you know? So it's like you just can't always get a kill on a lineup, but it's supposed to, you know? That is me going over lineups and, you know, covers, corners and covers. That's me going over lineups. Oh fuck, it's not about lineups. It's about holds. And like you get all of this just from one word, hold. Like it's not gonna get you there, but it starts off at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's like something always starts somewhere. You know, it's like saying nothing is never for no reason. You know, there's always a reason. But then it's the twister where it's like it's a saying where, you know, everything doesn't need a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how does that make sense? Sometimes you can explain it how badly you want, but you can never understand. But there's some cases you just can't explain it because it's not that simple, you know? Like, you just can't tell someone to hold an angle and then expect them to hold it like you will hold it. Impossible. They're gonna get fatigued. They're gonna get impatient. They're gonna, you know, they're gonna want to do their own thing and not just hold this itty bitty angle, but they don't know how crucial it is to hold this angle, you know? Then all of a sudden, you know, shit goes left, you know? So, long story short, don't let your bots, don't let your random, don't let your fucking trash ass teammates play power forward. Don't let them play the power angle. Don't let them hold the power angles. Don't let them hold the clutch plants. Don't let them hold the clutch moments, which is good to make them learn, but it's like, in a serious moment, don't. But, yeah. Lineups are simply like from Call of Duty, you know? It's like, you just throw a knife in the air, you line up the knife from spawn A, spawn B, and you just throw a knife, a quick shot, and you just kill the guy all in the fucking spawn, you know? Like, simple, it's lineup, you know? And that's the only defense that's the only counter that attackers have for defense, you know? Let's just say, you know, someone's here spawn peeking. You know, like, oh, someone, you know, bottom west spawn peeking, you know? Okay, the teammate calls it out, he pings it. You get a lineup on this, bro. You get a lineup on this. You see that? I see it. You get a lineup on this. Right here. You get a lineup on this. Oh, no, over here, blah, blah, blah. I ain't going nowhere. But like, you know, you would line it up, and then all of a sudden, the defender is like, wait, I'm clear. The moment the grenade drops, he's fucking fried. It bounced off. No way. But yeah, you know, I'm bad at that shit. But like, you know, like you would be surprised, you know. So then again, the defender would think they're clear, but all of a sudden a grenade flies around a fucking map and just destroys them. You know, like Like, imagine sitting right here waiting for, defenders, I mean attackers, and all you see is a fucking, all you see is a, like, a grenade is coming down in your way, and then by the time you turn around and register, it blows up, but blows up this and it kills you for sure. Like, wait, what? It's a crazy lineup. Yeah, like that's the only defense we have for defenders that can counter their run out, spawn peaks, what else? Baits, all that other stuff. Like that's the only thing we got as attackers. But defenders, no, they got everything. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, I honestly did hope I covered everything, which I did. Like I did bleed into like other topics, which it's no need to actually go into a nitpick. Yeah, it's just it's what it is, bro. Yeah, you know, like always, have fun. Cheese.